Hey there, treasure hunting fans. Your pal Big D back here with the movie review. As you saw over the weekend, I did post the contest result winners. And I did, in fact, like I promised, I did, in fact, watch Condorman this weekend. Thank you to Greg for his recommendation and being the winner. And so, let us review Condorman. Yes, Condorman. I gotta admit, it's probably been 30 years or more since I've seen this movie. Matter of fact, this is not an easy movie to track down either. But I will share my thoughts on it at the end of the video. Let's just say it was a lot of fun. So, Condorman, a movie, let's see here. I'm going to put this down for a second, okay? So, Condorman movie was, it came to theaters, it came out in theaters August 7th of 1981. That would have put me at 10 years old, and I do remember going to the theater to see Condorman. I believe I went to the Del Mar, which is because I live in the Santa Cruz County area, would have been downtown Santa Cruz. I do vaguely remember going to see it. I remember him with the big wings coming up like this and trying to fly, which I thought was absolutely hilarious as a kid, but it's pretty funny because this is a Disney movie. This is one of Disney's movies. In the late 70s and early 80s, Disney, actually even in the 60s too, 60s, 70s, and early 80s, Disney cranked out a lot of movies. And a lot of these movies were very family-oriented movies in that they may have, there'd be a bad guy, a good guy, there'd be some dilemma, there'd be some comedy throughout it, but it was very, tongue-in-cheek and very lighthearted for a family audience. So this Condorman was very much that way. It's very, a little bit of slapstick, a little bit of comedy, kind of go through on a little adventure. So what you have here, Condorman, which starred Michael Crawford, Barbara Carrera, and James Murphy, and Oliver Reed. Let's see here. So what you have is, in the movie, you have the guy named Woody, which is played by Michael Crawford, and he's a cartoonist, and he draws a cartoon and does a comic book called Condorman. And so his big deal his big claim to fame is that he likes to make sure everything is practical in reality, because he says that his fans know if this is able to do this or not. So he tries to make everything practical, so it's not so far out of reach and unbelievable. So he has a buddy. His buddy's name is Harry, and Harry is a CIA agent. And so Harry's given a job of asked to have somebody, a civilian, courier this package to Istanbul. So he enlists his buddy Woody to go out there. It tells Woody it'll be an adventure. You can go check things out. It'd be great for your comic book, give you more stories. So Woody goes out to Istanbul to deliver this package. Now they were in Paris at the time. So they go to Istanbul and he meets Natalia, who is the bear. So the bear is apparently got some information and she wants to, he doesn't know this at the time. Condorman does not know this at the time. Woody is Condorman, by the way. So he doesn't know this at the time. He delivers the package, but he kind of gets the hots for Natalia right away, right? It's typical like Disney movie back in the time where everything happens very quickly. So he kind of gets the hots for her, but he delivers the package like he's supposed to. A little madcap thing happens where some people try to come in and he manages to knock them all out, doing kind of things you'd see like Peter Sellers doing in like the Pink Panther. And so then he leaves and goes back to Paris, and then you fast forward a few weeks later. They've been informed that Natalia doesn't want to defect. She's a Russian KGB agent, and she wants to defect to the U.S. But she will only defect to one person, Condorman. Now, she doesn't know his real name, which is Woody. She only knows him by Condorman because that was his code name he wanted to use. So, of course, the CIA goes back because they want to get her. She's got to impart information. They want all this stuff from her, And so they go back to Harry Harry goes back to Woody to say, hey, she's only going to come to Condorman. You got to go. So Woody doesn't want to do it. He's like, nope, I'm done. I don't want to get involved with this stuff. This could be dangerous, blah, blah, blah. I'm a cartoonist. I can't do anything else. But they convince him. The way they convince him is Woody hatches this plan where he uses a bunch of things from his comic books to create this elaborate plan to go to Russia to get this girl, bring her back out to the United States. So some of his plans include a Condor car, a Condor boat, and other Condor things that he imagines up. Specifically, his big wings to turn into Condorman, and this other thing that he used on this trolley thing that you stand on, and it was pretty outrageous. So he actually goes to Russia and just as a gypsy and meets up with Natalia, starts taking Natalia out. They use the Condor car, which, by the way, the Condor car has laser beams on the back of it that was shooting, but it could never hit. He was like a stormtrooper. He couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. And they managed to escape because the Condor car had flotation devices on it. And he jumped it in the water, and these big pontoons kind of inflated, and he just drove off. It was hilarious. But essentially, they get away. They're trying to go away, but this Oliver Reed, who plays Krakow, is always after her, wants to get her back, and eventually he does get her back. There's a bunch of stuff that happens. He eventually gets her back, and then Condorman has to come to the rescue once again to save her. And the big grandiose finale is as he's saving her, she straps on his back and he puts up the wings. He's Condorman, and he flies through the air. And I'm not kidding you. You can see the strings where they're holding them up. It was hilarious. It was like, oh man. The digital age has ruined 60s and 70s and 80s movies. It just has. Because all those things they were able to get away with because VHS was grainy. You couldn't see that stuff. The digital age, you can see it all now. So you can actually see the wires holding him in and the harness. And you can see the wires and the wings. He's going like this. The fact that he's actually flying was awesome because he would barely move it like this. And he was like flying like a full-on bird. It was like, no, man, birds go like this, fool. It was hilarious. I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun to watch. Obviously, there's a lot of comedy throughout. You know, I mean, he gets into the Condor boat. I don't think it's what it was called, but I call it the Condor boat. And the Condor boat had 3 positions. Oddly enough, 3 positions, and it had a laser turret on the top of it that he was shooting. It cracked me up because the laser beams made the effect that they used out of the TV show V, the old cheap TV show from the early 80s, V. It was the same sound effects. I was like, it was cracking me up. It was hilarious. But of course, Condorman saves the day, and at the end, they left it wide open for a sequel, you know. And when I was reading over information about Condorman, I thought it was kind of funny because Disney was banked a lot on this movie. They were actually hoping to turn it into at least a sequel, if not a trilogy, for Condorman because they figured that this would be a jumping off point. And unfortunately, when Condorman came out to theaters, it did really badly. It tanked. And it kind of got lost in obscurity for a really long time. Now, I used to have a VHS of this. It was funny. I used to have the VHS of this movie, and I had it for a long time. And then when DVD started coming out, I started to shrink my VHS collection because I was replacing the VHS with DVDs. And the problem I had at the time was I had a VCR at the time I didn't know was doing this. It was actually eating my tapes as it was playing. So what it would do is on the edge of the videotape as it was playing along, it would create these little divots all throughout the tape. So you watch it one through, it played fine, but then go back and watch it again, the picture could never stabilize. Even with tracking on the thing, you could never stabilize it. It was ruined. And so that, unfortunately, I lost almost a third of my video collection because of that VCR. And that was one of the movies that I lost. And I always thought, I wasn't worried about it. DVDs are coming out now, they'll put out DVD. Well, they never put out DVD. To be honest with you, I've forgotten about it. It's been years. I literally forgotten about it. I mean, it was 10 years old when it came out. So it wasn't until I spoke with Greg and he made that recommendation. I even remembered the movie. And then I was like, oh man, I forgot about the movie. So I started to try to track it down. It is not easy to find. You can get it on eBay. People want $25, $30, $40 for it on eBay. There's still some VHS floating around, but people want quite a bit of money for that too. This I actually found on the Disney Rewards Club website. So I'm a member of the Disney Rewards Club. It's one of those clubs where you buy, that's my cat, where you buy, you get like 5 movies for $1, and then you have to buy like 5 more within 5 years, something like that. So I joined it because a lot of movies like this you can only get through their club, and I was stoked because I got this one. I got a couple other ones actually too, but this is the only way for me to get it. So I was able to get it, and I'm stoked. It's in my collection now, and at least it's on DVD, so I don't have to worry about it getting ruined. And I really enjoyed this. I really, really enjoyed this movie. It was just fun. It was very lighthearted. It really made me feel like a kid again watching it. Sitting there and just watching this stuff and just going, oh my gosh. Now, the video quality is okay. It's probably a slight step above VHS. Almost like it was a port over from VHS. They cleaned it up a little bit, but it's just a little bit better than VHS. Obviously, these Disney Reward movies, and Warner Brothers does this too, these burn on demand discs. Obviously, they're not going to take extreme care with these things and try to go through major treatments like you'd see a treatment for, I picked this up the other day, Alien. This has got this major treatment with it. They went back and remastered, did all this stuff for an anniversary edition. But because the popularity of Condorman, that's not to say I love Condorman, but the popularity is just not there for Condorman, so they're not doing one of those special treatments with it. So it's just a little bit better port, but at least it's on disc, so it's saved. So the video quality was okay. The audio quality was actually really good. I was quite surprised. the audio, and I have a nice little sound bar in my room. I don't have where I watched the movie. I don't have the big surround sound system that's out in our front room. So, but I watched it and I was quite impressed. It was actually really good sound in it. So, definitely a good sound. It was not really much with it. It's basically the movie scene selection and audio preferences. That's it. There's no special features or anything like that. But it was really fun to watch. And again, Greg, thank you so much for letting me relive a part of my childhood, because it really opened up so many great memories, and sitting there watching that movie. And I remember seeing it with my parents, and it was fun. I guarantee you my mom doesn't remember seeing it, but it was madcap. It was fun. I think I remember seeing it one time too. Like, you remember on Sunday nights they did that Wild World of Disney, I think is what it was called. It used to be on Sunday nights, I remember, when I was a kid, and they would show movies, and then they would show documentaries and stuff like that. And I think I saw at least one time on there, or at least I saw it on HBO maybe once or twice. Well, actually probably more than once or twice. So, but again, I haven't seen it in over 30 years. I mean, it was just so much fun to watch. I really recommend it. I did notice that Amazon Video, if you want to pay $2.99, you can rent it on Amazon Video, and it is worth a watch. I guarantee you, it's the best $3 you ever spent. Just a lot of fun, and just a really great movie. And I mean, come on, there's stuff in this movie like he's got this cane. It's a machine gun cane. He shot like 400 rounds out of this cane. Where did those rounds go? The cane was like this round. Where did those come from? The laser beams was great. What else was there? There was one thing that was really weird about the movie was it was done old school wise. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, like in the 60s and 70s, a lot of times movies would do all their credits at the beginning of the movie, and then when the movie ended, it just ended. It'd be like the end, and then all of a sudden you went to black. That's how this movie was. And it's been a long time since I've seen a movie like that. So it's all the end, and I'm like, all right, and then it popped back to the menu. I was like, whoa, what happened? You know, so I gotta admit, I kind of enjoyed that. Sometimes I hate all those credits at the end, so that was kind of cool. And then there's some interesting anecdotes. The guy, Oliver Reed, who played Croco in the movie, he apparently is really hard to work for. And there was a story that I read about where he had this tuxedo on. That's my cat again. He had this tuxedo on, and he got really upset at the production staff, took the tuxedo off and threw it in the water, in the ocean, and it floated off. And so they had to send some guy out there in a little boat to go out there to fish out the costume and bring it back and have it clean to have him put on it, because he was really hard to work with. I thought that was kind of funny. But just a really great movie. Well done. A lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Yeah, this is a great movie to do my first major review on after a contest. Thumbs up all the way. Just, if I was gonna rate the movie 1 to 10, I'd give it a 10 for sure, straight up. I mean, actual reality wise, specifics probably get, like the actual disc and everything, presentation, probably give it a 6 or 7 because there's no special features on it. But my love of it, give it a 10. So I highly recommend it. Definitely check it out. It's awesome. Again, thank you, Greg. And your prize package is going out tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Hopefully you like the movies that I picked for you, and hopefully you enjoy everything that's in the box. And with that, we are done with the first review. Now, be on the lookout. I will be doing Whale Rider next. That was Mercedes' pick, and I will be doing that one, so be on the lookout for that. That should be done later on this week. Other than that, yeah, leave me some comments down below. Has anybody ever seen this movie? Anybody seen this movie? Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you think. At the end of this video, there is going to be the trailers. I found a remastered trailer to the movie, so you can actually watch the trailer. You can actually see, like, Michael Crawford, who played Woody, speak and stuff like that, the Condorman, because he's got kind of like a weird voice, you know. But you'll definitely enjoy it. Oh, you know what? Another funny thing is the guy who played Harry in the movie was actually the father from Teen Wolf. So Michael J. Fox's father in Teen Wolf was Harry, the CIA agent, which I thought was kind of funny too, because this is actually done before Teen Wolf. So that was a nice little tidbit of trivia there. But other than that, that's the episode. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I hope you got a little something out of Condorman, and maybe it might make you want to watch it, I hope. Otherwise, everybody take care. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this video, please click the subscribe button down below. If you want to see more reviews by Big D, click the subscribe button. Did I say subscribe? I did. I fully said subscribe. You click the like button if you like the video down below. If you want to subscribe and see more videos from me, click the subscribe button on top. Otherwise, everybody have a great one. Take care. And always remember, live long and prosper.